Now, the tourist visas are available to citizens in 49 countries. Travel to Saudi Arabia is much more exciting than ever. So in this video, we'll talk about a travel guide to Saudi Arabia. You, as tourist, can now spend up to 90 days at a time in the kingdom, but even shorter itineraries allows visitors to discover Saudi Arabia's rich culture, diverse landscapes, and incredible attractions. While any visit to Middle East is thrilling, it can also look different than sightseeing in European, Asian, and American countries. Just remember, embarrassing Saudi traditions and culture is a part of adventure. So let's talk about a bit about the geography of the country. Saudi Arabia occupies most of the Arabian Peninsula with the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba to the west and the Persian Gulf to the east. Neighboring countries are Jordan, Iraq, Kuwait, Qatar, and United Arab Emirates. The Sultanate of Oman, Yemen, and Bahrain connected to the Saudi mainland by the causeway. Saudi Arabia connects the world's largest continuous sand desert, the Rub' Khali, or Empty Quarter. Its oil regions lies primarily in the eastern province along the Persian Gulf. When we talk about the government in Saudi Arabia, it was an absolute monarchy until 1992, at which time the Saudi royal family introduced its country's first constitution. The legal system is based on Sharia, the Islamic law. When we talk about the history in the country, Saudi Arabia is not a homeland of the Arab peoples. It is thought that the Arabs originate the Arabian Peninsula, but also the homeland of Islam, the world's second largest religion. Prophet Muhammad founded Islam there, and it is location of the two holy pilgrimage cities of Mecca and Medina. The Islamic calendar begins in 622, the year of Hijrah, or Muhammad's flight from Mecca. A succession of invaders attempted to control the peninsula, but by 1517 the Ottoman Empire dominated, and in the middle of the 18th century it was divided into separate principalities. In 1745, Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab began calling for the purification and reform of Islam, and the Wahhabi movement swept across Arabia. By 1811, Wahhabi leaders had waged by jihad, a holy war against other forms of Islam on the peninsula, and succeeded in unifying much of it. When we talk about the culture and prayer times, as the most religious Muslim country in the world, Saudi Arabia observes prayer time 5 times a day from sunup to sundown. Visitors should never feel nervous about being inside a shop when they hear of azan, as shopkeepers will ask customers politely to leave if they need to close their shops or restaurants for prayer times. It's helpful for visitors to download an azan app on their phones, as prayer times differ slightly from day to day. Similarly, there are few exceptions which you can observe during your visit to Saudi Arabia. These exceptions include the prayer timing restrictions and much more. Similarly, when we talk about the public decency in Saudi Arabia, dress codes have been relaxed by the government. Saudi Arabia still adheres to public decency laws, and visitors should be aware of those laws before planning a trip to the kingdom. Annoying anyone is prohibited. Similarly, anyone violating public decency laws could be fined between 50 and 3,000 Saudi riyal. acts of public sexual harassment, playing loud music in residential areas, playing music during prayer times, littering, failing to remove pet waste, occupying seats designed for people with disabilities, and much more. Saudi Arabia is famous for several reasons, and we will explore them in our following list. Number 1. Kaaba. Kaaba, referred to Al-Kaaba al-Musharrafa, is the most beautiful scenery in United Kingdom. It is the holy place for the Muslims. The Kaaba is believed by Muslims to have been built and rebuilt several times throughout history, most famously by Ibrahim and his son Ismail, the prophets in Islam, when he returned to the valley of Mecca several years after leaving his wife Hajra, and Ismail there upon Allah's command. The Kaaba and the Mataf are surrounded by pilgrims every day of the Islamic year, except the 9th of Zulhajj, known as the Day of Arafah, on which the cloth covering the structure known as Kiswa is changed. However, the most significant increase in their number is observed. Number 2 is Al-Masjid al-Nabawi. The land of Al-Masjid al-Nabawi belonged to two young orphans, Sahih and Suhail, and when they came to know that Muhammad wished to acquire their land for the purpose of exercising prayers and building a mosque, they went to the Prophet and offered the land to him as gift. The Prophet insisted on paying a price for the land because they were orphan children. The price agreed upon was paid by Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, who thus became the donor for the masjid. Muhammad shared the construction of the mosque originally and in the open air. Now we'll talk about number 3, which is Al-Ula. Al-Ula is a remarkable ancient destination, once the scene of thriving trade and commercial ventures. In the heart of the country, it's among the most popular tourist destinations in the country. Number 4 is Jabal al-Laws. The spectacular region is well loved by outdoor enthusiasts, boasting a wide variety of flora and fauna. The encounters with nature and superb picturesque views is a great place to go hiking and enjoy the best of the Saudi Arabian countryside. Number 5 is Medan Saleh. The ancient city of Medan Saleh combines beautiful architecture and fascinating history. Containing splendid ruins of towers, walls, and dwellings, it is easy to see how grand and important the city must have been in the past. It is home to ancient tombs and old Ottoman railway, and it has a truly beautiful feel. Similarly, there are many other places like Alith, Dumatul Jandal, Asir National Park, Najran Valley, Farazan Island, and much more, which have the beautiful view for the tourists. And if you're planning to visit Saudi Arabia, you must need to check the dates, as most of the places in Saudi Arabia are closed due to construction and mandatory purposes in many times a year. As far as the traveling cost and accommodation details in Saudi Arabia is concerned, it really depends upon how much you want to spend and how much money you have. The average cost for a 7-day trip in Saudi Arabia is estimated to be approximately $1,200. But still, if you can buy cheap accommodation and if you want to travel by yourself or by hiking and much more ways, then for sure you can save your money up to $200 more, and then your 7-day cost will be approximately $800. This was our complete guide to visit or tour for Saudi Arabia. Now if you want to ask something else which is missed in this video, or you want to give us any guidance about a particular topic, you can please share your thoughts and ideas in comment section. We'll look forward to your ideas. That's all for today's video. Looking forward to meet you in new video.